All right, let's get into it. So, quick one today. I'm just going to make a health bar for our game here. Now, health bar or any other thing that we see on the screen is a graphical user interface widget. Components, we'll go here to the starter GUI. We'll add a screen GUI, and this will hold our widget. So I'm going to change that name to the health bar. And then this health bar will have a few components. So we'll have a frame, which will have the background color. And then we'll have another frame with the foreground color. Okay, so let's go to the background, and I'll just change whatever size we want. There we go, that's our health bar there. And we can change the color to black. Okay, good. Now I want to put the foreground, want it to have the same size as the background. So just have a look here. Down in the properties, we have this size component, and this size has two numbers here. So this first number, this is width, is the first brace, and then height is the second brace. This first number is kind of a relative proportion. So if I go 0.5, that will set it to 0.5 of its parent. Now its parent is the health bar, which isn't really a thing, it's a screen GUI. So it's about 0.5 of the screen is what I'm trying to say. But if we nest the foreground so that it is a child of the background, then it gets, well, if we just set this to, there we are. Then it actually is 0.5. I think it was 0.5 of the width, then plus 100. That's what's happening there. And similarly, if we set the height to 0.5, that's 50% of the height as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to 100% the height. And see, this is like we have 50% health here. If we have 25% health, that'll be 0.25. And so on. So to start with, I'm just going to set this as full width, full height. Remember, this is relative to the parent object. So that's why we want to nest it inside there. And then we're pretty much almost done. All we'll need to do is add a local script, which I'm going to call controller. And this will just add the logic to control the health bar. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some references. I'm going to grab a reference to the player because we'll need to know what the player's health is. What's going on there? Audio discovery. Weird. Okay, we'll need to know the player's health, and then we'll also need to know these two widgets here so we can, well, actually we don't need the background. We just need the foreground, but I'll show how to get that anyway. All right, so we'll get the player. Okay, so this is the script, and then we get the immediate parent of the script, and that's what we're using to control our foreground. Okay, and if we wanted to get the background, which we don't need to, but anyway, we get the direct parent of the foreground. But we're not going to use that. But that's how we do it. And we can do that as many times as we want. All right, so we'll make a function which will be called when the health is changed. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're grabbing the character which represents the player and grabbing the humanoid character which represents the player. We use that because a humanoid character has a health property and a max health property. We get those. And then we create, this is a two-dimensional, like a rectangle, two-dimensional size. Create a new one. Width is the percentage. That's, 0 to 100, 0 to 1. And then height is 100%. And we don't have any like pixel offsets that we're adding there. Okay. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to now change the color of the background. We have background color 3 because this is a color 3 data type because it has red, green, blue. That's what the 3 stands for. So if we have really low health, we'll just make it red. Otherwise, if we have medium health, then we'll make it an orangey kind of color. So that will be red plus a bit of yellow, a bit of green, I mean. That makes an orangey color. Otherwise, we'll make a green. So that will be some green, but maybe not that bright. Maybe 0.75 is a bit deeper. And then if we add a bit of blue into that, that'll make it like a slightly more foresty green. Okay, awesome. So that's all good. Now what we need to do is we need to make a function which will be called when the player is added. So this part's a little weird. It's essentially just doing weird things to conform to Roblox Studios object descriptions. But essentially we are just getting a humanoid representation of the character. And we do that because the human character has or the humanoid protocol has a health changed function. What we can do, remember, is we can connect functions into other functions. So we connect that in, and also when the player is added for the first time, we want to call that function because by default the foreground is white, and we want to change it to green, I guess, if they have 100% health. And then we need to, what do we have? Need to connect this as well. So we go, the player has a character added signal. We're going to connect that signal to this on character added function. And if for some reason the character has already been connected, in other words, the player's character reference is a non-nil thing, then just simply call a function. Okay, so let's give this a go. There we are. Now we can see that this is working because our health bar has changed color. Okay, wonder if we can test it. What's going on here? Big flopper. Oh yeah, Yeah, we can get damaged. Doesn't seem to work very well, but the health bar's working. Come on, why aren't you... Ah, health regenerates. That's interesting. Oof. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so there it is. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned some stuff. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.